Hello and welcome everyone. It is time to enter the kumite. Remember, this is not a sport. You don't play fight. What's up, fight fans? Today we're joined by Caution Davis, who just came off of a dominant performance over Alicia Muhammad at XKO 55 on February 18th at the Statler. Caution, thanks for coming in again. How are you feeling right now after such a dominant performance?
I feel really good. Of course, there's always building blocks to improve on. I was just really glad that I got to the game plan. I stick with it, and I basically did everything that I was drilling so hard every day during the fight camp. So all the takedowns, like I was making sure I got those down. Definitely, y'all didn't see the standing and banging, and of course, I can, but it was just straight wrestling. I mean, she kept staying on her back foot, so I just kept charging.
Yeah, you kind of punched your way into the pocket.
Yeah,
and then, you're like, all right, I got one underhook. And what you did with one underhook was impressive. So after the training camp and the fight and all the noise, what's that one thing you have to indulge in? I like to start with that on a little light note before we get into the nitty gritty of the fight.
It was really the atmosphere. I mean, of course the win was really great, but like having my teammates out there, like you heard them screaming in the rafters. You heard all of us screaming in the rafters. Yeah. We were going crazy for each other. Like we all grinded so hard for like ever, just waiting for the time when we could be on deck to fight, and just to get out there and see all of us put in the all the work that we did and show it from the gym to the cage. That's the best part.
Yeah.
I didn't panic. I didn't run away from whatever the goal was. Coach did say take my time, but I just 1-1-2, and I just went in for the takedown. So that was the only thing he said. But I mean, everybody was impressed. I mean, like every takedown, like I was working my body locks because I figured out that's my takedown. I was just working it.
Body locks. Yeah. It's funny because I was asking for like that indulgence of like maybe like a food or a drink, and you're like the atmosphere, and you gave me this beautiful
the atmosphere. I mean, the food. I mean, I'm like a sucker for Slim Jims. Like that's literally like the most unhealthy thing I eat. I could get a box of 120 and I could punish it in like 2 days. Like it's that bad.
120
that bad because of that. Like it's just bad. Like, and then during the cut, and then like knowing I had to do an extra 5. Des was like, no more Slim Jims. Everybody was like, no more Slim Jims. I'm like, I want some so bad. Like
after the fight, some Slim Jims.
Yeah, Slim Jims, and I'm a sucker for Mountain Dew. That's like the two unhealthy things. That was like always my thing when I was in the military. So it just stuck with me. Like I remember, I still got a card from my mom. She sent me while I was deployed, and it was like, slow down the Mountain Dews. The Mountain Dews was getting me through it.
Mountain Dews keeping me up in the morning, Mom.
Yeah.
Getting rolled out of bed at like 4.
Sugared up with Mountain Dew.
So are you thinking about changing your name to like your nickname to like Nurmagomedov or something? Because you look night and day, exactly how you said you were. You look night and day difference. Some people say they're gonna make huge leaps, and you're gonna see it, and sometimes you don't. Yours was clear as day.
You're gonna see it, man. There's no doubt about it. Like it was there. Like even though it was, like I said, every day was hard. Like that night was the easiest night for the last 6 months.
Like damn.
The easiest night was those low 9 minutes. It was like the easiest night of the whole training since I joined Blitz. Today we just did training. That was hard. I was like, God damn.
It's harder than the fight.
Yes, way harder than the fight. I was like, whew. Friday was easy. I was like, I'm going back to work now. Like it's back to the grind. Hard.
I can see it. Caution, Nurmagomedov Davis.
I don't think he want me to take his name. Dude.
That was great though. You're like a Swiss Army knife.
Everything.
So you were talking about it earlier. Was out wrestling her part of the game plan? Were you trying to show off your new skills, or was it just an opportunity you saw when you and your team saw when you were in there with her?
Well, from the gym she came from, is they basically like was about to strike in with her or not. So I know he wanted me. The plan was to use boxing to get to wrestling.
Okay.
He didn't
exactly
want me to
that.
throw. Yeah, he didn't want me to throw any kicks or anything like that. I wanted to at some point, but then like when she was kicking me, I was just like, oh, this is nothing. I'm just gonna throw my hands. Like I don't need to throw any kicks right now. Like I'm just gonna use my hands, and it worked. Like it worked. He wanted to do his call outs, but he didn't have to do the call outs to tell me to get to the ground because I just kept going, kept going. And yeah, like he's saying like get to the ground. If we get to the ground with like 90 seconds left, we can get a finish. So that's what we aim for, to get down in the ground in that time. There was at the end of the first round, I was debating on going for a submission. I was just gonna tire her out to squeeze it because I knew at the end of the round.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then when he talked to me in the second round, and right before he closed the cage, he said finish her. So yeah, the end of the fight right there.
And that's
gonna
what
be the end of that.
Yeah. I mean, it looked like you didn't really let her like find any kind of flow in there.
Yeah,
like,
no,
you
like
kind of put the fight, you brought the fight to her, and you made her kind of fight on your terms. You know, she was trying to dance around and outside leg kick and, you know, cut some angles, and you just weren't having it. You kept stepping in and then like cutting her off. And it's like, well, here I am coming in with a punch. If it misses, I'm just going to wrap up body lock anyway.
Exactly. They see a punch coming. They don't worry about nothing else. But that's, I mean, if you heard the motivational / threatening speech from Dirty Dez before my fight, you know, like, she put a lot of pressure on me. She was like, this is your fight. You don't play her fight. You go in there and you do what you got to do. And she kept reminding, she was like, she's not me. I mean, you choked me out. We got this. Like, you got this. It's your fight. You're going to win. And she said if I lost, she was going to beat my ass. So I got that win.
Got that win real quick.
real quick.
Beat my ass all training camp.
all day. Yeah. Like, let's wait.
Now, she was strong from clinch. She was pretty strong in clinch. You kind of had to work for the takedowns, but once you got her on the ground, I mean, you kind of had your way with maneuvering around her guard and then the top mount and then getting her back. Like, she did not have an answer for it, really.
Yeah, when we was in the clinch, like that was like the only time I like really felt anything, when she was throwing her knees, but it wasn't nothing damaging. And then like it was, I didn't care for it. Like I was like, I don't need to throw anything. I'm just gonna take her down. I'm gonna wear you out, and I would take you down. So it wasn't like me thinking, looking back, I'm like, if I could have, she kicked me, I could have kicked her so that she could show what she's working with. But it wasn't, you know, it wasn't that move. I was just like, I'm going in there, I'm gonna do my thing and call it a day. I mean, if I gotta stand and I gotta bang a little bit because somebody's scared of my wrestling now, then it's gonna happen, and then they're gonna see some more. Then they gotta worry about that.
Yeah, might as well flex on the new wrestling skills while you're there.
Like it's all there.
Make an example out of her.
6 months.
I like it. So now I was in Alicia's corner, you know, cage side. So I was like sitting right behind her coaches, and they were yelling at the ref to like not stop the fight. Unfortunately, from where I was sitting, I couldn't see too much. The damn cage corner was in the way. But do you think it was an early stoppage, or do you feel like she really didn't have an answer for it and it was saving unnecessary damage?
Well, like I was kind of like, it was a lot of gritty and dirty when I was like pushing the frames in her face. I was digging my elbows in her face, like to get away, because she was just holding me. Like she wasn't trying to elbow escape. She wasn't trying to do anything. She was just holding me down. So I was just separating and I was banging, and then I wasn't going that hard. I was just like, you know, going, and then the ref, he came in and then he backed up. So then I started throwing the high hammer fists. I'm like, no, you're gonna stop this fight now. So the ref gave her a chance to fight back, because he did came in for a split second. He was going to stop and he pulled back. And then that's when the hammer fists start coming up higher and harder. I mean, I learned, like, they see us coming all the way down, going like this. It looks really bad. Even if I'm not damaging her, they're gonna stop the fight. I mean, we amateurs.
Exactly. It's amateurs. They don't want someone to take unnecessary damage. She wasn't ready for that. She wasn't ready to be mounted.
She just curled up. She just covered up. I mean,
she covered up, and then there was even a point where she tried to use her legs to wrap around. You know how some people do that. Like
that's how I felt. Like I was like, I got the high mount. I mean, I triangled my legs under her back. Like I was like, you're not getting me off of you. And that time when we did roll, I was like, coach was telling me to do a triangle, and I was like, nah, I'm just gonna sweep her over. So I just got back on top. I was like, no submission today. It's just I'm just gonna show the damage, and like even if the ref doesn't stop it, they was gonna deny that I got that. Like,
yeah, no, I mean,
I didn't want her to have any
answer.
time to. I didn't want her to have no time to think or try to get out no submissions. Anybody, we work on getting out submissions all the time. We worked out. We roll all the time. You not sitting there getting hammered in the face the whole time because your teammate's not gonna do it all to you that hard. Like, you know, like I'm digging it. Like I'm going at it. I look up at the clock. I saw it was like 30 something seconds left, like 45, and I was going, and he stopped. He came in, and he went away. I looked up. I was like, no, you're not. No, we're not going to third round. It's over now.
I'm trying to get out of here and need some Slim Jims, dude.
It's over now. It's over now. Over now. I damn sure got some Slim Jims when I got back home.
Perfect. Is that Mountain Dew in there? No, I'm just kidding. That's clearly
water.
Yeah. After, you just got back from the gym, right?
Yeah, so, yep.
Yeah, after a gym, you don't want anything else. Trust me. If you're out in the desert somewhere, you don't want soda. Okay.
Yeah,
and your body needs water. That's the only thing that's gonna.
That's usually like I drink water all day, and then Mountain Dew is usually that little something different that I get like right before bed. I'm like, yep, tastes something different.
So would you still say that you're a striker first, and this is a new facet to your game, or would you say simply that you're a mixed martial artist?
Yeah, it's funny because when we were doing our little shakedown in the morning with me, Superfly, and Cody, we were doing give and takes into entries, and I was throwing everything. I was throwing Superman punches. I was kicking them in the heads. Like we were throwing teeps. Like I did so much striking that that's what I thought I was going to do. And the thing, I was like, oh, I felt so good this morning. That's all I need to do. Cause it's there. And then, like I said, like just seeing how timid she was, and then on her back feet, like we started out, and she was already in her corner just from the beginning. She didn't meet me in the middle. So there was no need to stand and bang because she wasn't going to meet me in the middle to stand and bang. Like, so I was like, you already gave me the cage. And that was all we was working with, like in the upstairs with coach. We was doing double leads, pushing her to the cage, and then take her to the cage and take her down. Mm. And it just worked. I just was going behind my lead, and then was working behind my jab, and then take her down.
Even when she was in the corner, like her coaches were trying to give her, like tell her what she needs to do. And
yeah, and then like they was doing that, and like I could hear her corner, and then like all I heard Haley. She was just like breathe, and then that's when I took a long breath, and like I took my time, and then that's when the takedown happened. And it was just like it was like breathe, because that's what they always tell me. Like I like get fast, like get all timid and everything like that. Start throwing like and rush myself and get ahead of myself, and they're like we did focus a lot on the times when I can take my breaks, when I'm on the top. When they're on the cage, when I'm on the cage is lava. She put me on the cage probably like 2 seconds, and I had to turn her back around real quick, like because I know the cage is lava. Like make sure that the cage is lava and the floor is lava. Our back's not supposed to be on it.
Yeah, I like that. It's a good it's a good thing to burn into people's heads.
Yeah. It's like the cage is lava. Like you don't want to touch it at all. Like it's hard and it's a grinding thing. Exhausting. But I worked my cage work. We was working on that all the time. Wall work, cage work, take it down. And I made sure that I spun her around and take the position. She couldn't use the cage to climb up with her feet. I was against the cage. Like I was making sure that I was taking out, because the best place you can't take somebody out is in the middle of the ring, because they can't run really. So make sure I rotated her to her body to be in the center, and I got the cage behind me.
Yeah, and you know, in MMA, it's like it's kind of been a thing that's like evolved, like knowing how to use the cage, and there's all kinds of different techniques on the ground, or you know, in clinch, like you know, with underhooks, like underhook fighting and stuff like that. So you definitely look good.
So that's definitely going to be this is added on to the game. I'm just getting more well-rounded. It's going to just there you go. They asked me what my style is. I said, I have no idea. You want to tell me?
I'm still learning. I'm like, not even 2 years in yet.
Don't even know. I'm still learning. We did everything we did today was brand new. I was dancing with 2 left feet. Like I was like, I don't know what to do. I was stopping. I was waiting. I was like, what? He said, all right, 5 punch combo. I was like, I can't count to 5.
Yeah. These combos just keep getting more and more intricate, like a Mortal Kombat game. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I got my base what I usually use when I didn't I'll capitalize off of it. It's not really no favorite like that's going in my head. I'm like, I work behind my jab and then I'm level changing and then I go off the reaction.
yeah.
Like I'm good at cutting corners and I'm pretty fast. I'm try to keep using my length because I'm used to being in the pocket so much. So I'm like, I could be longer, way longer.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, you have some length on you for the weight division and everything. Yeah, she definitely looked she was definitely the smaller fighter in there.
Yeah, and she got on the scales heavier than me. I got on
Yeah.
scale 108. I got scale 108. She was like
10
110 and a quarter. Like
108.
yeah, she was like 110 and 3/4. Like she was almost 111. Like and we asked for this catch, she asked for this catch weight. So
Wow.
yeah, I was under.
That was crazy. I would not have guessed that by looking at the two of you. We just got that long
Yeah.
frame, you know.
All the weights in my thighs. It's in the thighs. Got big legs. Big,
So both of
legs.
your teammates also took home the wins on Friday.
Yes.
Eric
Yes.
Owens and Cody Rondow. So, I mean, what do you think that says about your team? You know, that's 3 for 3, isn't it?
Yeah, we was 3-0. We was going crazy. Like we Superfly. We like they say like some people need an army. We got Superfly. He's gonna knock out anybody. That's what he goes for. Like that was his thing. Like we just know he was gonna put that pressure on. And if they got on the ground, he's not gonna stop throwing it until they get up or put him away. I put him in submission. Put him in a submission is the only way you can slow him down. If you don't do that, you're probably going to go to sleep.
You got a problem.
With Cody, that was me and Cody. This was our blitz debut because we are new to the team. Mm-hmm. So I'll say like with Cody, he throws a lot. He's good at like doing far striking, whatever like that. But we both was like game on, but working on our wrestling and make sure we take him down, whatever, and get the finish, and not having to stand and bang. And that was his pro debut too. So I mean, everything was really good. I mean, in our eyes, we're 6-0 this year. We had 3 fights in AKO. Teammate Zach, he got fucked by the judges because it was their hometown. But in our eyes, we're 6-0. Everybody else is 5-1 for the year. And so we just trying to keep riding momentum, keep grinding. I mean, he's not taking it easy on us. He just throw out something new at us right now, like well, something new at me. They probably was doing it while I was cutting weight because I had to take a lot of time from being on the mat to just doing cardio and cutting weight because of the big weight cut. Yeah. So
how much do you cut? How much, like, what's your average like walk around weight, would you say?
It was like creeping around like in the 120s. Like I don't really go above 125 unless like I'm on my menstrual cycle. And that was the hurdle that I had to go through during this weight cut because my period at the first week of February.
So, I've never thought about that. Like, obviously that's a thing, but I've never like female fighters on the menstrual cycle during a weight cut.
Yeah. So before it, we was trying to get the 115, and I was like, okay, maybe I'll gain 5 pounds. No, I finished my period. I was 122, and so I had to go from 122 all the way back to go back down. And then like I woke up the morning of the weigh-ins. I woke up 113, so I had to do cardio in the morning before I drove to Dallas.
Oh my gosh. Even
yeah, we get bloated when that time comes, and I'll be pushing 130 when my period's on. So
that is a problem I've never thought about. Yeah. Oh
that was literally the biggest hurdle of the weight cut. Was I knew that was coming, so I was already stressing about it because I was like, I gotta do an extra 5 pounds, and my shit's coming on 10 days out. Like goddamn, like it was scary. Like I was just like, at one point I didn't think I was gonna make it. Then the Wednesday I got on a scale, I was 111. He said, "Oh, you could float," and I was like, "Nope, I'm going to 110 right now. I'm not leaving this gym until I'm 110." Left the gym 110, like 0.8. Woke up 113. I was like, I hate my life.
Oh, what? Oh, that's crazy.
Then, but I got on a scale, then I'm 2 pounds lighter. So it worked out. It worked out, and I felt good. My cardio felt good. I was cool.
Okay. Wow. Man, that's still blowing my mind right now.
Yeah.
Are you planning to continue fighting with XKO?
Shoot, well, I don't think so.
Really?
The experience was not that great.
What was it, would you say?
Well, I don't know if you know, they didn't have a cut man on the scene. So the reason
Oh.
why they took so long to get me through my little special, because somebody had to run up and get Vaseline to rub it on my face. They didn't, it was just bad. Like the weigh-ins, they had a schedule, but they didn't say we could just show up and weigh in the beginning and then chill for the rest of the day. So we were just up there like going by schedule. I was supposed to weigh in first, but then everybody basically weighed in when they showed up. So everybody could have showed up at 11 and get it done with, and we could have been done by like 12. But they made a whole thing about it, and then we were supposed to be in the locker room at 5, and everything was supposed to start then. We didn't start the rules meeting until about 6:30.
Yeah,
Like
I was about to say
everything was just
we were
late.
a
Like
little bit behind. Yeah,
it
they were
was just
running behind
late.
waiting.
Where they took us at to go up to like above the ground to go to the warm up, it was super cold. Like we kept drilling. Like every time I hear a bell, like I'll be like, okay, coach, you gotta do something, because I'm getting cold. Like I'm shivering upstairs. Shivering up there. Everybody was in the same locker room. It was blue, red corner in the same room.
What? Oh man, you can't do that with some guys. Some
Yeah,
people.
it was just not that great experience. I mean, the hotel, overrated. They took like whole $200 in our card, and it was like, y'all get it back if nothing happens to the room. Like that's like money for this to chill down in Dallas. Like I spent like $50 alone on parking just to stay up there.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, the parking, dude.
When they was talking about the rooms, I was like, oh, I'm going back home. I'll come back to Temple and I'll drive back up here tomorrow. And then Superfly was like, no, you can stay in the room with me, this and that, third. But I was just like, I was just fed up. He was just over it. Everybody was over it. Like when the whole cut man situation happened, I could like feel the aura from coach, like just change. Like if we wasn't so confident with all our fights, I feel like he would have just been like, we're not fighting. Like just cut all of it. Like it was that bad.
Cut man's very important. Yeah.
Yeah, like it was just a good thing I didn't need one, but
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but it was just crazy. Like it was just a lot of what the fuck moments, like during that experience. Like, but we're trying to we're going to Louisiana next, so trying to stay AKA American Combat Alliance. That's what Haley got her. She won a flywheel belt there, and that's where our teammates fought at in January. And Panda and Zach, they made their debuts, and the Yellow Ranger went 2-0 now. It's pro record, and I don't know how much of us plan on getting on the card in April, but as of now, that's the next time we'll be in Louisiana in April.
You guys will be in April. Okay. So yeah, I was gonna ask, like, I'm not sure how tough like your training camp was, if you have had any injuries or anything like that, but you basically didn't take any damage in this fight.
Yeah,
so
no. Like
when can we expect to see
showed up Monday? Like
Caution?
I showed up today.
Yeah.
I was ready. Like I got home Sunday and I was just like, oh man, I'm ready to go to the gym. Like I'm ready to lift again. Like I was like, I didn't lift for so long. I was just doing cardio. Like I'm just ready to get out there. Then coach already told me what's next. I'm like, I'm ready. Like let's go. Let's get it. I'm want all the smoke. I don't care.
So when do we get to see Caution Nurmagomedov Davis again? You know, that's what do you think? I mean, what are you aiming for?
Whenever it comes, I'm down for whatever. So if it's before April and I don't take no damage, I can do it again in April. Like after that fight, I was like, I can fight again. We could do a tournament that night. I was gonna be good. Like
let's do a bracket tournament.
Yeah, I was like, I was gonna be good. Everybody was gonna feel the pressure. So
yeah, I love it. Okay, well, I'm gonna keep an eye out for April. I'll be following you on Instagram personally, like trying to keep up. So when that next fight is announced, if you would be ever so gracious to join us on the show again, we'd love to have you and do an interview. You know, keep hyping y'all up. I mean,
all right, yeah, y'all need to come out the Blitz one day and see how hard we be working. It's crazy.
we were talking about doing that. Like it would be amazing. Go up there. I mean, I know it's kind of a, you know, edgy line going in with cameras and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah.
So definitely don't want to do anything too crazy, but you know, we were thinking of like what kind of work we might want to do like in the field with the teams, because you know, putting an emphasis on the teams, it's working really well right now, and a lot of people are watching it. Like, I don't know if you've seen anything with like, you know, Kamzat Shemaev and Darren Till are training together, and these people just take like little videos and they use it as like promotional stuff, you know, and kind of give an inside look at the
small videos, like
and they'll
small
like
stuff
give an
like
inside
that.
look at the team and the coaches, and you know, like it people appreciate that, you know, getting that inside look at the fighters and their brother and sisterhood kind of mentality that they have. You know,
we just be, it's just growing close to that family real quick. And then like I felt like after that win, it was just like I'm here, I'm really a part of it. Like I felt like it's like, I know I've always been a part of it before, but like I put a lot of pressure on myself because I didn't want to let anybody down. We worked so hard on the wrestling. I was like, I want to wrestle. And coach made sure he's like, just, we're not doing a Muay Thai fight, we're wrestling. And it's like, okay, I got you. You're going to punch and wrestle. So I was more of a boxer and a wrestler. It was more of like a Michael Chandler type style than in Muay Thai. So
because you were kind of level changing in there with your boxing, you know,
I
giving
hate that so much. It hurts my legs so bad. Like, I'll literally do like 5 minutes straight just going up and down like the 40-yard turf we got, doing that level change and stuff. It burns so bad because I gotta get used to it. And my leg's so big, and it's just like, you gotta get used to it. Like all through training camp, my legs were always noodles. But during the fight, the only part was sore is really my upper body. I was like, the first thing I heard was my elbows. I was like, dang, did I really elbow her? Because like my elbows are hurting. And I was just like, maybe I was elbowing her a little bit. Like that, and like really just like my arms and like my upper back. That's nothing too bad. It was just like, I did put in some work. Like it wasn't that
slightly sore.
Slightly sore. Coach did ask, and I was like, no, I'm good. Then I woke up Sunday, like I woke up and I was like, I'm a little sore. I was like, okay. But when you asked about like any nagging injuries, the only thing, like I dislocated my shoulder a couple times in high school. And that's the only thing. Like my shoulder always hurts. And like I need to get it reset. That's all I need to do, get it reset. But I didn't want to do it before a fight. So I'm probably gonna get that reset and it'll be better. But that's really I spend a lot of time just making sure my shoulder's warmed up and it's good. And then that's really it. Other than that, nah.
Nice clean training camp.
No bruises. She got me one time with an uppercut, but it was all knuckles. So I was like, oh, you need to be a bare knuckle fighter. And like she got me a little bit, but I was like 4 weeks out. Like our last sparring day, I was doing a lot of wrestling. I was taking her down a lot too, even doing that. So looking back at that, like I should have known like this was what I was gonna do during the fight. Because I was taking her down a lot, because that was the emphasis on it, because we know there were a majority striking at land for the Muay Thai and stuff.
It's called land for striking.
So like there's a lot of strikes. I was just like, okay, not a Muay Thai fight. I had to keep getting out that, because I'm like, that's why I started doing more kickboxing and stuff. So we did a lot of emphasis on boxing, level changing, and getting into the takedown. Then I found my takedown, and I was just working on perfecting that.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Every time he called a different takedown, I was like, no, I don't want to do a single leg. I don't want to do a double.
I'm really good at this body lock thing.
Yeah. And he's like, body locks. I'm like, yes.
Yeah, those last doubles are hard to go for, dude.
Oh my God.
You gotta dip in so far. Ooh, and you have to like get under the hands to actually use it anyway. So you gotta break their frame.
Everything is doing like that. I gotta keep telling myself, eye the boob. I'm like, put my eye in your boob.
Eye the boob.
I've never know my head is in the right spot.
Yeah.
If my eye is on her boob,
you're not guillotining me.
No, not at all. Not again.
Eye the boob. I've never heard that. That's a first. Eye to boob. That's how I'm gonna teach that now.
Yeah, eye to boob.
As you can see here clearly, She's doing a good job of keeping her eye to boob.
Yes,
And
exactly.
she shoots in for the hip right there. Boom. That's where she gets the signal.
Yes. Shoving your head in the neck like a peg, like one of those peg toys, like playing Roblox. I'm like, I'm trying to stretch your neck out. And then, and when I was doing that, I was just like, oh yeah, I'm so tall too. So I was just like, it was just easy to get my head up there. I was like, I can use my head more. Gotta use my other arm. But then it's like,
head pressure is underrated.
Yeah, I had to keep that. I'm like, that's where my body locks came from my head. I got mostly head and then pinching the elbows.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a post here, and then I'm gonna push past that post with my head, and then I have a point of leverage now to put you on your back. So, do you have any shout outs or anything that you like to say to the fans and the people tuned in to watch you fight?
Well, I always appreciate everybody supporting me, of course, and all the people that I met down in the Statler. Y'all was good people, good vibes. Of course, keep watching and keep watching Blitz. You heard us in the rafters. It sounds like a football game up there. We coming in, you come with the pressure. Y'all gonna know we're here, and it's gonna be a team that's coming up, and you're gonna know us. And it's like, shout out to my coach, like Jake Brennan. He's gonna be the coach of the year one day. He's gonna get it. All my teammates, Dirty Dez, Haley, of course, especially Dirty Dez. Like that's my number one training partner. We go at it every day, getting it every day, and I would not be here without her. She helps me out, do everything. To say everything, help me out. Like, everybody not gonna have Bellator and UFC upcomers mentoring them and being under their wing. So I really felt like I was a part of that after I got that win, and I showed them that I'm here. Like, like I got it. I believe in myself too. I mean, after that, I said that they gave the wrong nigga confidence. Like, I was not confident at all. I was like, I just know I can do it, but now I'm confident. So it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, I can't wait to see where the striking gets by the time you come back out around.
Yeah,
you showed entirely new facets to your game. So, I think the upward projection's definitely looking good for you. Caution.
Yes.
Keep your eyes peeled out for this one, guys. Caution, thank you so much for coming in and sharing your time with us. Caution Davis just came off a very dominant performance over Alicia Muhammad at XKO 55 on February 18th at the Statler. Remember, guys, this is not a sport. You don't play fight.
Not a sport. Let's get it.
Hey.